Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, as you can
Oh.
see, many cities of humans, dwarves, and other kinds just popping up,
Mm.
um, which your character don't know at all of. I mean, you have been like separated from the world for your whole life, so
Yes.
but that's okay. I mean, you're one with nature. That's one thing. Um, yeah, this is like the kingdom of Nordmarken. Well, not a kingdom, more like a barony of Nordmarken.
Okay.
And you have grown up here, but you have never noticed that there's like some kind of king or whatever for the humans part. You don't, yeah, you don't mind such things. You have never heard of it,
Mhm.
and you, yeah, it's totally new to you. However,
Okay.
sorry. Um, however, you just grown up in the woods nearby the Ingra mountains. Ingra is like Xolosh, and it's a dwarvish city, like the biggest city of the dwarves.
Okay.
But you have grown up right here, deep down in the woods, and
Hmm.
living your life. You may just, yeah, your life up here most of the time, like all your time, of course. Oops. Um, you just found yourself, um, as you are waking up in the deep woods of this forest. It's a sunny day, and the shadows of the trees just covering your silk and smooth, wonderful body. You are good looking, you know that. And yeah, you just wake up and you know it's the day where you're going to leave this part of this world, this part of this woods. I mean, and your clan. And you
Mm.
have been prepared for this, and you are also kind of excited to finally go out, but also you are kind of sad to leave your clan. I mean, it's
Mm.
especially because you're soulbound with your clan. Yeah.
Mm.
And you just wake up and see a fox sleeping right next to you.
I want to pet the fox.
Okay, you just pet the fox and it also wakes up, looking at you, just standing up, flexing itself and yawning. Then it shakes its
Mm.
head and scratches here, and then it just walks
Mhm.
off. It's just walking outside of your little shed you're sleeping in. I
Mm.
mean, you found yourself like in a little shed. I mean, it's nothing fancy or something like that. It's more like some kind of tent-like thing, but very
Mm.
well built. So yeah,
Am I dressed?
uh, you can dress up yourself.
Yeah,
I
maybe I
mean,
should like dress in the clothes that I usually wear during the day. Like I don't sleep in that, do I? Or maybe I do.
no, you probably don't sleep in that. I mean, it would be kind of ridiculous. Why should you sleep in your
Yeah.
full clothing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
you
I'll put on clothes.
okay, that's a good idea. So you put on your clothes. You're just doing your morning ritual, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then you just go outside, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and you look around. And well, some of the elves are already busy, like collecting some wood, and
Mm.
others preparing the bow or weapons or whatever. And um, yeah, um, and
Mm.
suddenly someone from 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 a nearby tree of elf is just looking down and shouts, "Ashariel!" And he just suddenly moves down on a wine-like thing, super quickly and smooth, just like Legolas. And yeah, he's a little bit, or like two heads bigger than you, and it's your father.
Oh. Uh, I guess I'm quite formal with my father, so I'll be like take a step back and half bow a little bit to greet him.
Yeah. sounds nice. He also greets you this way. He's also very at the whole tribe, you know, whole clan.
Mm. Mm.
Everyone is equal and stuff. So yeah, he also bows and says,
Okay.
he says, "It's the day where you're going to leave us."
And I say, I know. It's, I'm ready, Father. I'm ready for this big change. I've prepared for a long time, and it's the right thing to do.
I'm kinda proud of you, Ashariel, but it's sad that you have to leave our clan so suddenly. I'm not sure what do you hope to bring to those people, but I hope you will find peace with nature and the humankind. Maybe maybe it's a right thing to do, but I'm not too sure yet, Ashariel.
Well, I will make you sure, Father.
Uh, I hope so. I hope so. I just
Mm.
I just gathered some food for you for the long travel you have to find the first humankind.
Oh,
Just follow me.
thank you.
And with that, he just starts walking uh, through the little clan camping site, whatever. And
Mm.
yeah, he just reached his tent, and it looks way more fancy than yours. Because as far as you know, your father is like a um, a nature bender. So
Mm.
he just bent nature on his will to like making woods and stuff grow on his demand like thing.
Mm. So he's powerful.
Yeah, he's powerful, but in the eyes of the others, he's just a member like anyone else. So
Right.
he's very helpful, of course, and very um, um, important. But yeah, everyone is important. Everyone does their job, and so you have done your jobs in the past, but now you have to go, which is a very hard thing for the clan. But yeah, that's the way it
Yeah.
goes.
Right.
So you just enter this woven um, this woven big tent out of
Mm-hmm.
woods and whatever, and in the middle the sun shines perfectly into the tent, so it's perfectly lightened up, so there's no fire or anything needed.
Mm.
um yeah, and with that he just walked over to like on like a coffee table where some leaves packed in food is waiting for you, and he just picked it up, turns around towards you, and says, "There you go, Ashariel. Do you really have to leave us?" He just wonders.
I I do, Father. I've been thinking about it for a long time, and it's not an easy decision to make, but it's something I have to do. I feel that the people need me. The way they're living isn't right, and I need to change it.
Okay, he just looks kind of sad and looks to the ground, but still gives you a nod with a little smirk on his face. Um,
Mhm.
um, and he just said, "All right, I I appreciate your decision, and I really hope you will find back to us soon." As he goes outside
Mhm.
and he makes a very loud call, and all the elves just suddenly coming out of nowhere. Some of them, at least, like that have been out in the woods, just come so quickly. It's pretty usual for you. I mean, you are also very um,
Quick.
quick and able to move
Mm.
to woods like with no effort. So Yeah, they just gather um, around the tent. You're just coming out. All right, everyone. It is the day which we have just waited for some moons, and sadly the time has come. But I hope that Ashariel will find to our clan back soon, and I also hope that she will find what she's looking for out in the world of the humans and other cultures. And I really hope she will bring the peace that she is looking for to them. And with that, he makes a step to the side, and like you just see a bunch of the elves like staying in a circle, like uh, yeah, way around you,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, right in front of you, like in the second row, you see him.
Oh.
He's just looking at you, not trying to show any emotions.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to look at him and quite be unable to look away, but I also can't really say anything because if I do, I might show too much emotion. Maybe I won't be able to leave. So I'll just look at him. And a lot of information is said just by us looking at each other. We said everything we needed to say
Okay,
earlier.
yeah, that sounds understandable. And
Mm-hmm.
as he noticed your look or your presence, um, yeah, so you just stand in the crowd saying nothing to the crowd.
Um, I then look away from him,
Hmm.
look at my family and my friends and the people I grew up with, and I tell them that I'm scared to leave and it's a big thing, but I'm also ready for it and I will miss them very, very much.
Everyone is kind of course, sad that you leave, but well, they respect your decision and they hope that you really can do what people before you haven't been able to do. And yeah, at this point, your friend just nods also with a little smile on his face, but he just turns around then and starts walking away as the crowd starts kind of cheering to you and saying, "We believe in you, Ashariel," and all those kind of um,
Hmm.
words that should cheer you up. Just yeah, echoing
Yeah.
through the mass of people. So yeah, your friend just simply walks away out of your
Okay.
sight.
Oh,
That
okay.
was mostly just happens that at the end, your father comes to you and says, "Well, that must be already it. We have been prepared for this, but it's still kinda hard."
I hug him
Okay.
and hold his face between my hands and I look at him and I put my forehead on his forehead
Mhm.
and kind of stand there silently for a while and
Mhm.
let him feel my resolve. Let him feel that I really believe that I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And I say goodbye.
Okay. Because of the strong binding to your clan and also to your family, you can literally like talk to your father through your minds.
Oh.
So, um, as you put your head onto his head, um, he just says, "Be careful out there, Ashariel. There might be powers that are above your imagination. Not all of
Hmm.
them are friendly, and even more of them are will trying to kill you. So whatever happens, just be careful, and we will be with you. There.
Well, I look slightly worried as he says that, but then I nod to let him know that I heard what he said.
Yeah. Yeah. Then he just looks at you, and he has some tears in his eyes. You can tell, but he's not crying out or something. He's
Hmm.
just holding it back, and says, "Walk like the wind, Ashariel."
I pick up all my stuff, my bow, my backpack, or my
Yeah.
bag of some kind.
Yeah. You got like a backpack. It's not like looking like a usual backpack from the humans. It's all.
Mm.
It's also made of out of leather, but also kind of leaves at some point, and
Okay.
some wooden yeah, some wooden knobs, whatever, to close it. It's
Hmm.
it's looking interesting, and veins.
I swing that on my back and I pick up my bow.
Hmm.
I have a quiver of arrows that I put on my back as well, and then in fact, my bow as well can go over one shoulder. I think I just decided that now. I look back at them as they all stand still and watch me, and then I wave, and then I turn around and start running into the trees.
You heard the days before from your father, which would be like the best direction to follow, um, when to follow the sun and when not, and following mostly just his advice to get forward and find some of those humans, I guess. So
Mm.
yeah, you're looking forward just to find any village, or you can't imagine yet how everything will be look like. Will be there like will be there like a village or like a clan like they are, or you have no idea how it will be like. Yeah, at some point you had a good flow like on running forwards and heading to the directions your father gave you, but it's been like 2 or 3 days now that you have traveled like this, and you just wonder if you just um, took the wrong way or anything. So you just decided to overthink if you just walk the right direction or not. So you can roll on orientation. Before
Mm-hmm.
we are not able to do this orientation roll, so you are failed this task.
So I'm lost.
Yeah, you feel kind of lost. I mean, you just look up the
Oh.
sun and you be like, when I just stood up like usual and the sun is like this, it must be like that clock, but maybe I just took the wrong way for a few hundred meters. Maybe I should go. Yeah, you got lost. And
Oh.
you just wonder where to go, and there's no sign that shows any civilization or anything. So, yeah, what do you want to do?
Hmm. I. It's starting to get dark, so I see just a small patch of woods of trees down in a valley close by. I'm like
Yeah,
standing on the side of a hill, so I head down there because I figure, well, at least for the night, I can feel comfortable in the trees. And then I'll figure something out tomorrow because I'm feeling a little scared and alone, being all alone and clearly
yeah.
lost.
So it might be a good idea just to wait out this day and wait for the next sun rising so you can orientate better next day.
Mm.
And
Yes.
that might be a clever idea. So you just go to sleep. And yeah, it's a rough and new terrain to you, this kind of place.
Mm.
And I want to see if you can make a roll on survival. You have it? Yeah, nice, awesome. So you just easily did it. You just gathered some, or maybe you want to explain what you do to survive this night.
Um, well, I started a small fire
Mm-hmm.
and cooked some of the meats. Wait, no, I'm a vegetarian on it.
No, you don't
Am I
need to
veg?
be vegetarian, but
Ah, okay. Well, then I cooked some of the meat that my father gave me. Some of the fresh meat because that's the first thing that's gonna go bad
yeah.
of this he gave me. So I'm gonna cook that
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to climb up into the. I'm gonna put out the fire, and then once I'm ready to sleep, I'll climb up into the tallest tree and kind of nestle down between two large branches where I could actually sleep quite comfortably.
Okay.
I'm half
Um,
sitting, but I'm half sitting, half lying down, and I'm comfortable there. I
yeah.
feel safe in the trees.
You found the perfect tree to be sheltered for any wind or anything, and you
Yes.
just cover yourself with some branches that you have found from another tree, which you know that give you more warmth than the leaves that you have been on. Yeah,
Right.
and you're just doing everything that you learned from your life experience, of course, to survive in these
Mm-hmm.
woods. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel comfortable and nice, so you just sleep well this night, and you just wake up the next morning, and the sun starts to rise over some of those hills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so now you just can orientate perfectly, and you just feel um, very comfortable and glad to find your destination. So you traveled again a good big distance as you suddenly came across a large river. You have never seen such a large river in your life, and you just wonder how you should pass it. I mean, all the time you just have easily walked over the top of the trees, and but a river is something totally different. This is like your first experience to a river at all. Like, yeah, I mean, you have seen uh, some very little small how do you say creeks going down
Mm-hmm.
in the woods, but that's probably it. And now you're just standing in front of this monster of water. Yeah.
Um. Okay. Well, first I wonder if I can jump it. I'm looking at it, wondering.
You just look at it and wonder if there's some way to just jump over it. But
Yes,
even if you just find the smallest part, um, you don't think
that's
you
not
will
gonna work.
make it. Yeah, yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
just way too. But
Right.
you can make a roll on senses. As you just stand in front of this river, you just feel kind of numb, not sure what to do, and
Mm-hmm.
you just then sense something very quiet, but your elf is just twitching as 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 you just hear a voice or some whistling, um, and yeah, you can decide what to do. Go go the direction of the whistling or do something else.
I will definitely go in the direction of the whistling.
All right, so you just follow the whistling, um,
Mm-hmm. But
it,
cautiously.
cautiously, like okay. So you just walking towards it first,
Mm-hmm.
and as
Mm-hmm.
it's get louder, um, you can notice it's some kind of melody. So it's not a bird or anything. Um, so it must be someone. Yeah, are you going to sneak now closer to him because you can already see him from the distance? Is some human just laying in the grass nearby the river, and right next to him is some wooden plank thing. You're not sure what it is, but yeah.
Hmm. I think I would stand and look at him for a little bit and just. This is the first human I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So before walking up to him, I would just simply stand there and look at him and wonder. Look how small he is. I'm taller than he is. Maybe. Or
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
He's tall as the men that I'm used to anyway in
Yeah.
my tribe.
So, yeah, that's true. He is compared to like your kind of small. Um, but yeah, he's just some man you can tell just laying in the grass with his like I don't know, you can't describe what it is, like a grass head on his head. That it looks kind of weird to you, and yeah, which is actually like some farmer's head actually. So yeah,
Okay.
but you don't know that. I mean, he just put grass on his head. How ridiculous! And yeah, yeah, and you just watch him. He doesn't notice you, and yeah, he just seems to doesn't care about the world right now.
Well,
Huh.
music is something that I understand, so I figure I could go talk to him.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
You just do that. You just walk towards him. So you approach him, and he just noticed the sounds. He just um, put the head out of his face and just looks at you and looks kind of shocked first, like you just scared him. Uh,
Mm.
and he's like, "Whoa, uh, hello." He just
And
wonders.
I, okay, is it my turn?
Yes.
I put up my hands in form of peace and I say, "Hello, I'm a friend."
He's looking at you and looks kind of confused. A friend? I haven't seen you here before. You look kind of. Uh, who are you?
I am Ashariel Silentrain from the Woodelf tribe in that region that I'm
Uh,
from.
a wood elf? He clearly seems to not know what you're talking about and says, so you're an elf, okay?
Hmm.
um, what do you want?
I'm just traveling through. I mean you no harm.
Okay, where do you want to go actually, girl?
Girl, I'm looking for the nearest village.
Hmm.
Could you point me in that direction?
Oh, well, the nearest village. Yeah, it's over the river. You have to pass the river, of course. It's a small village at the Castle Weidelheit or Weidlet. Weidlet.
Hmm. Can you tell me how to cross the river?
Well, lady, with a raft, of course. He just points at the big wooden plank he just noticed before.
Hmm. A raft? What is a raft?
Are you out of this world, girl? I just, I can just pull you over. You have some silver?
No.
You just wonder what silver
I
for. I mean, you're like, you don't know the value of money or anything, so you just wonder why he came up with silver at all.
Hmm. Silver? What do you use silver for?
Uh, you know what? You can pay me later. Um, so if you so if you just have to cross over, I can help you with that. No problem.
Thank you, friend.
Okay, with that, he's just standing up and handing out his hand towards you.
I look at the hand that he's stretching out to me, and I wonder what he wants me to do.
He's just a little bit confused that you don't offer his handshake, so he just pulled it away again and says, alright, well, my name is Eichwart. What's your name again? I didn't understand quietly. I was just surprised.
My name is Ashariel.
Okay. Good, good. Ashariel. That's a unique name. Well, wanna go right away?
Yes, but I still don't quite understand what we're doing.
We just stand on the raft and get over the river.
On the raft?
Yeah,
Can that
that wouldn't
What
sing
if we
here.
fall in?
We don't fall in, we just stand on it, okay? Just trust me. Yeah, and with that, he
Okay.
just gets over to the raft and tries to push it into the water a little bit. And when it's halfway into the water, he just says, just hop on.
Mm-hmm.
So you just reach the other side with no effort, and he starts to talk to you or ask you questions on the way, like where you're coming from and stuff like that. And he isn't quite sure if you are serious or not. So yeah, you reach the other side, and with that, as you reach the other side, he just pulled the raft, I mean, onto the land again. And when he was done, he's just coming over to you and says, "Okay, lady. So, how about some silver now?"
Um. Well, I don't have any silver. I tell him, well, thank you very much, and if ever you need my help, I will do my very best to help you.
Okay, he's like, not looks not so amused about that. Uh, he's and also kind of confused, like what? And he just looks at you and be like, yeah, you can help me with some silver, and just reach out his hand towards you, like waiting for some cash.
I put my hand in his and shake it. No, I don't shake it, but I put my hand in his
Okay.
because that's what he wants to touch hands
he
as a
looks
thing.
he looks awkwardly at you and be like, uh, extremely confused now, and he even doesn't know what to say. He just waits for something to happen. Like, yeah.
Well, then I'm hot, right? I'm beautiful, so I'll look deep into his eyes, and he will look very deeply into my golden yellow, elfish, elvish eyes.
Yeah.
And for a second, he'll forget what we were even doing because I'm just so charismatic.
Oh, so you want to flirt? um, you
I
want to,
don't understand the. Nah, I'm not doing it on purpose. It's just
so
I'm
you try
happened
to
to.
seduce him. Let's say.
Hey, no! I don't try to seduce him, but it's just my natural way because he just can't help himself thinking about it. Because I
Okay.
smile at him and say thank you, and then
Okay.
he's like, oh, well,
So with your, so you just say thank you with all of your
with my
warmth
heart.
out of your heart. Yes. And
Yes.
then let's see
And my
if he
shining
just,
golden yellow eyes.
yes, and
Mm.
you're just very flattering, but yeah. yeah, he's not falling for that. I mean, you are charming and good looking, of course, but he's like,
Mm,
money values more than a weird elf girl,
pretty girl. Damn it.
pretty elf girl, whatever. Uh, yeah,
Hmm.
he's like, okay. He's still confused and take his hand out of yours and be like, alright, listen, I see, you don't have any money. I was just falling for such people like you before. I shouldn't have helped you. I should have noticed that. Okay? Just go, he says, and then he just goes to his stuff like things and do something.
Uh, I'm confused. I don't understand why he's suddenly angry. Because he was being helpful and got me across the river, and I thanked him. But now he's angry. I don't understand why.
Yeah, that's the life of an elf. So,
But perhaps instead of pressing him too much, I feel he's already walking away, right? So I turn around and walk towards the village
okay, you just do
that he
that.
told me about.
As you start walking away from the nice guy, maybe he's a little bit ugly, but still a nice guy. Um, you just remind yourself to actually bring balance to the society and yeah, you just feel like you did something wrong and you just disturbed
Mm.
that balance at some points maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So you just still want to go or you just think of something.
Mm. Well, I feel that I don't understand what happened. So, okay, I'll run back to him and I try to explain that this whole idea of silver is wrong.
As he was just on his backpacks pulling out some stuff, maybe just to prepare his breakfast or whatever. Um,
Mm-hmm.
he just looks at you and you just start talking about silver, and he's like, uh, I have to live from something, and without that silver, I can't just afford anything. That's one of the only things I do. I just rowing down this raft down the river and help people like you, and then they don't even pay for it, and that's not fair, you know. He just says, and he just keeps unpacking his stuff.
Hmm. Um, well, why don't you live off the land like my people do? The
Uh,
land will give you anything that you could ever want
he just
for
looks at
food.
you
And...
and looks kind of confused, and then he just asks, "Are you really like from the woods? Like, do you really just coming from the woods and live there all the time? Did you ever have been in a city? Have you ever been at Garrett?"
Garrett? What's that?
Okay, forget about Garrett. Did you have been in Albenhus at least before? I mean, it's pretty close.
No, I don't know what that place is.
Okay, which city have you been before?
I've been in my home in the woods with my tribe. This is the first time I've ever left.
Uh, okay, he makes a roll and see if he just believes you or not. I mean, you are
Okay.
telling the truth, but it sounds so weird to him that it might be just someone fooling him.
Mm-hmm.
So no, he don't believes you at all. He's just like, you damn liar, you fucking liar, just to get spare some silver, really? Are you so much in need of your fucking silver? Just get out of my sight, you damn whore.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's a 20, so I have to be very
Right.
aggressive. He, then he
I'm
just then he
very,
just turns around and pulls up his stuff and ignores you.
I'm very shocked that anyone could speak like that to another person. No one has ever spoken to me like that in my entire life.
Mm,
And I wonder if all humans will be like this. And it frightens me that, uh, and I start to wonder if I'm to be able to do what I set out to do.
yeah,
If all people are like this,
yeah, it is. I don't know.
I back away from him and leave. Yes.
Okay, so you decide better to leave because it's not a very good. He's not in good mood. Yeah,
Hmm.
maybe he needs his breakfast first, and yeah. And you just leave him and better go for the village. Maybe do you have more luck there? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you just go for the village, going just straight to it. As the wooden buildings suddenly, they are not even sheds, they are like a mix of stone and wood and smoke coming out of them, of some of them, and yeah, it's kind of amazing, like how how they put stuff together, and but also kind of sad. But because you think, okay, all this stuff here is wasted, like the trees will not grow anymore, and yeah. But yeah, that's something that you have to be get comfortable with. So you just get into that village, and soon you can notice some kind of how do you say, dispute between someone, or someone is at least louder than anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
You going for that, or
Yes, definitely.
okay? So you
Someone is someone is unhappy, so I need to help.
exactly. So you
Mm-hmm.
decide to go for it,
Yeah.
and you just actually passing another house, and there is some courtyard that leads behind that house,
Mm-hmm.
and you just decide to go there because that's where the yelling coming from, and behind that there's some shaft which animals living in. Yay! Um, weird looking fat birds. You don't know how to describe them, but as as a as a human, it's a chicken. It's chickens.
Yeah.
It looks kind of muddy. Everything here. It's not nice. It's not that much grass growing here anymore. Um, and also stands a farmer um, nearby that shaft at the fence, and he just looks down at one slaughtered chicken, and he just curses, "That goddamn beast! It got one another. If I can catch it, I go for it now. I will go and hunt this fucking fox," he says. And yeah, that's exactly your expression. um, you're just super shocked. Oh no, the fox.
No.
Um, but you don't wonder why the fox just got it. I mean, those are fat birds just walking on the ground. So why didn't he just should not take it? It's just easy prey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and yeah, he just the man got very annoyed and walks as he just stands up and starts to turn around. He notices you then and be like, "What are you doing here on my property?"
Don't know exactly what to say, but then I step closer and I say, "Well, I heard you yelling. You sound angry and unhappy and
He
uh
looks then uh, very annoyed and be like shaking his hand. You know what? Forget it. I will just get my fork and get that damn fox out of his fucking foxhole. He just says, and
No,
he
you
just
can't.
starts to pass you. But what are you doing?
I can't help myself. I grab his. Did you say you had a? What did you say you had? Did he have a weapon?
Uh, no.
No. I grab his arm.
Um, what are you doing? Leave me alone, he just says as he just pull himself away from you. Um, what's your strength? 8. Okay, so let's see. I roll it. Oof, okay. He isn't strong enough to pull away, so you very easily can hold to him. Wow, 2 20s in a row. Is that actually right? Or do I always roll 20s? No, that's right. Okay. Yeah, so you easily hold to him. He's a little bit older, so no effort for you. So you keep holding on to him and be like, he's just still complaining. Let me go! What are you doing?
You can't kill a fox for doing what is in it. It's for doing what is in its nature to do. You just can't. You have to stay here. You leave that fox alone.
Are you crazy, lady? This is just a fucking fox. I will just go and kill him. He just got already 2 of my chickens. What right gives you that you can stop me from getting that fox?
It's not just a fox. All animals are part of this world, just as you and I are part of this world. And they mean just as much as you and I do. Do you not have any respect for human life?
What are you talking about? It's just a damn fox. If he don't want to get hunted by me, he just think twice to get one of my chickens.
If you didn't want it to your chickens, you call them, then maybe you should think about keeping them somewhere easy to kill, to eat.
Enough of this. Margaret! Margaret! He just screams loudly towards his house. As suddenly a also old lady coming out. She's a little bit fat, and she's just looking at you and just wonders, what the hell is going on here? Yeah, before you can answer, he just explains to her what's going on and that you're just holding him back, and she should go and get the guards. And she just nods and runs back into the house.
While I'm still holding his stand quietly for a moment to know what a guard is, and then I try to explain once again how it's not fair to kill an animal for doing what is in its nature to do. So I try to explain once again.
Okay, it seems to feel on deaf ears as he starts trying to free himself again from you. Okay, so he was able to free himself finally, and he tries to attack you by pushing you off with his both hands, like so you should fall. He's trying to let you fall. Yeah, he couldn't do it. He just stumbled forwards through the muddy ground and passing you. So he isn't even able to attack you at all.
Maybe I would wait to see what he does instead of just grabbing him again.
Okay. As he just turns around towards you again, he seems to be kind of rageous.
Mm.
And but then decides to, after you don't attack him back, like he decides to shake it off and goes into the house. He just enters the house and you can hear him yell again, and you hear him saying, Margaret, forget about it. Let this crazy lady go. I will just prepare. Where do you want to go? You just try to hear it out. You can make what they just actually start to discuss now in a little more normal like voice level. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to listen closely what he's going for now.
10.
10. So you still have 9 points over. That's good.
Okay.
Okay, that means you can hear loud and clear what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So the old man says, he just kind of not loudly, but in a normal voice and still angered, he just says, "The damn elf girl! Screw her! I will go for the fox. I will get some backup with my good old friends. They will take care of her if she just stands in the way." "But Clarence!" "Nah, not Clarence. I will just do it. I will kill that fucking fox now." "Okay, if you have to. But don't come. Just come back early enough. I was preparing lunch."
I'm gonna follow the fox. I should be able to find the fox, right?
Well, I would say an elf, which soulmate
Yeah,
spirit animal is a fox, might find a
I would be
fox.
able to find that quite easily.
um, yeah, you just come up with that idea. So you might go and track him. Yeah, so you just immediately notice that cute little fox footprints in the mud, and be like, oh, and you just decide to follow them. You spot them very easily, and you just know the signs. You found some very fine fox hair here and there, and
Mhm.
yeah, you can tell it must be a good fox, and you follow it, the track, and leave actually kind of leave the village, just see it from afar, underneath you down the hill. Okay, you follow the tracks into the woods, um, making your way through it as usual. Soon you just find a fallen tree, and underneath that tree is like a gap, and there's like a little hole, like digged down into the earth, and
Mhm.
with that, it must be, yeah, the fox hole.
I call out to it. I don't
Uh,
know if I make a sound or maybe both. Maybe I both call out to it with an actual cry, a fox cry, but I also perhaps a warning.
mhm. As you make those noises, you can hear some noises as well as a reaction from the fox. As you called out for him, he just noticed you're present, and with that, he just slowly and carefully coming out, looking out of his little earthy hole, and yeah, he kind of noticed that you are good. You might never have been in these woods,
Mm.
and you might not be his family, but he noticed that you must be a good person at some point, or someone good.
Mm.
So yeah, he just not completely getting out of his hole, but um, is pretty close to it. Then you can hear from the distance the some kind of crowd nearing, and can hear some heavy footsteps from the distance, some breaches cracking. So the fox looks kind of scared to leave his home. But you can imagine what will happen if they arrive. I mean, humans are not dumb. They might have some tricks to get the fox out one way or another.
Yeah. Right. So if I could turn into another fox, then I would be able to communicate to it that it needs to run away, make it follow me, and run away with it.
Just cower onto the ground and spelling the words Adoa, Valva, Iama, Vulpis. And with that, you start to reform. So your hands turning into paws, and your head turning into a fox head, and you slowly
Make it everywhere.
and completely turning into a black fox with golden eyes. The fox looks kind of interested at you and kind of yeah, not confused, excited, and yeah.
Well, I go a little closer to it, using body language that shows that I'm a friend, and I mean him no harm, and just touch noses for a second, let him sniff me.
You smelled the other fox, he smelled you back, very interested into you. And yeah, what do you wanna do
and
now?
then I start backing away and move quickly into the trees, and then I turn around and see if it follows me.
He starts to following you, interested, and yeah. How far do you want to go?
Far. Make sure that these people don't find him.
So you just get deep into the woods, far away from the village. You, after some kilometers, you don't even able to hear the crowd anymore. Yeah.
But then I stop finally and turn back into an elf. And somehow indicate goodbye. Not sure how.
Okay. He's just looking at you, very confused first, but as you just, I guess you start walking away or what?
Yeah.
Okay. As you start walking away, he's just coming towards you and making those weird fox noises, whatever. And yeah, he's just like not shaking his head, but like wants to tell you something, some way. And he's just first running at you and then walking away. So you know that foxes that acting like this want to tell you that you should follow them. Yeah, and he's just doing that over and over again. So you...
Okay. Then I follow him.
Alright, you start to follow him. He's making his way, looking once in a while back at you. And yeah, then you just keep following him, and he's just dragging you deeper into the woods. From the distance, you can sometimes see some of the street. You're not sure where you're going, but he's like kind of forcing you to follow him very hard. Then you just he just seems to suddenly stop and turn around as he just facing you, like in a battle way, you know, like saying stop.
I do what he clearly wants me to do,
Uh,
but
but
wonder. So I stop and wait to see what he does.
he then sits down, having that clear distance to you, not wanting you to come closer. And
Mm-hmm.
you're just that's some very weird behavior of a fox. You just think as he suddenly looks to his right into the distance.
Well, what's on the right in the distance?
Okay, so you also follow his look and uh, you just see someone middle in the woods laying. If you really concentrate, it's some person that's right next to a tree. And as you just turn your head to look at the fox, he's suddenly gone. Like he was never been there.
What? Oh,
He
I'm very surprised.
he he definitely doesn't sneak away or something. He's just it wasn't like a ghost or something. You can't tell. It gives you a shiver. Like you have never seen something like that before. It's yeah.
Hmm.
It's a weird thing.
Well, very cautiously, I approach that person lying on the ground.
You slowly getting closer to that person. It's
Mm-hmm.
as you step closer, it's someone completely um, wearing completely black, a black cape, black clothing, very much
Mm-hmm.
just having black stuff on. And yeah, as you get closer, you just noticed that she isn't. It's a woman, and she isn't sleeping or something. She's just uh, some blood um, is dripping down
Is she
down her neck.
unconscious?
She is unconscious,
I guess I move into unconscious. Okay, she
and
is.
she's a half elf with red hair and green eyes.
Hmm. I know who she is. Okay. All right. Um, I'm very shocked to see a person unconscious and clearly hurt. And my first instinct is to help her, to heal her. All right, so I put her into a healing sleep. I can feel her body relaxing as
Yes,
she
she
goes in.
starts heavily breathing out and in,
Yes.
um, better than before, and yeah, she's like in a very healthy sleep now.
Yeah. And then I start a fire
Okay, you
to
may.
try and warm her up while she's in this healing sleep.
Okay, you do all that.
And then I sit and wait.
Exactly. And this is where our story ends for now.
Ooh!
This is how you met Princess.
Oh my goodness. That's cool. All
Yeah.
right.